You've been planning your perfect Disney World vacation for months. You know which parks you're gonna visit on which days, where you're gonna eat, and you've even scheduled time to enjoy that resort pool. And a week out, the weather forecast is showing rain every single day of your trip. What do you do? Well, whether it's extremely hot temperatures or a hurricane, I've got tips to get you through it. Hi, I'm Christina, and I want you to have the most magical family vacation stress-free, no matter the weather or time of year you're visiting. And after living for almost a year here in Florida, I've learned some things. So here are my best tips. Let's start in summer because, well, it's summer at the time of this recording. So we're going to talk about heat and humidity, which is very common in Florida. In fact, if you're coming anytime between May and November, you're going to hit heat and you're going to hit humidity. But before we dive into my number one tip for that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for more family vacation tips. All right, let's get in. The Florida sun is no joke. Seriously, it can be brutal. So what should you pack? Well, first things first, water bottles. Yes, you want them to be insulated. You want them to be refillable so you can stay as hydrated as possible. Now, I use a Walla because you can sip it out of a straw or you can drink it if you're really thirsty just from, dumping it in your mouth. And they do have Disney versions of these. So this one is Belle. I bet you couldn't tell that. But yeah, your water essentially can get a lot farther through your day if you have an insulated water bottle than versus just a plastic one, which could also be an option. Next, if you're coming with kids and you need a stroller, how about a stroller fan? Now these are great because they just attach to the stroller, keep your little ones cool, or if you can buy multiple ones, you can have one facing you while the other is facing your kid. Definitely a must-have. But to make it even more fun, if you have older kids, for example, Disney sell these water bottle fans. And I gotta be honest, they're not well made, but they work. So as long as, they don't run out of batteries too quickly. But yeah, you can spray yourself and fan yourself at the same time. And your kids are gonna love it. Just make sure your kids aren't spraying it while you're waiting in line because either people around you will thank you or get annoyed. Just keep an eye on your kids when they have this in hand. Another way to stay cool for you grown-ups is the neck fan. Yes, these do work, kinda. I mean, they keep you cooler, I will say that. It's not like portable air conditioning or anything like that. It just gets the air flowing around your face and neck area, which helps in extreme heat, believe me. And the best part is it's rechargeable. So at night when you're in your room, you can just recharge it and you're good to go. Unless you forget to recharge it, then you're not good to go. So don't forget to recharge them. And a lot of the refurbished rooms at Disney, and there are a lot now, have lots of USB ports, which is the only thing you get with one of these, is the card that plugs into a USB port. So thankfully, Disney has them, mostly. Another way to stay cool around your neck is the cooling cloth. Now, I bought these, we buy these at Disney. They're adorable. They have Mickey on them. And yeah, they're probably more expensive than what you get anywhere else. But honestly, they work. They hold enough water to keep you cool and evaporate pretty quickly. So you have to kind of keep getting it wet. But they have Mickeys on them. They come in 2 colors, either blue or pink. And they're cute. So I recommend getting these in the park, actually. You can also get some on Amazon. But if you get them in the park, they also become a souvenir. Another very important thing to have all year round is sunscreen. Now, like I said before, that Florida sun is brutal. So sunscreen will keep your skin protected all throughout the day if you continue to apply it. I recommend applying sunscreen around meal times. So that way it's an easy time marker throughout your day to remember, oh yeah, we should need to put sunscreen on before we go do the next thing. Another thing I recommend to keep the sun off of your face is to wear hats. And you're gonna find hats in every Disney gift shop pretty much. So they're pretty easy to come by. So I know that hats can sometimes keep you a little too warm, but they keep you shaded. So it's hard to figure out that balance, but you can also get a visor if that helps. So Disney has those in the gift shops if you want to pick one up or buy one ahead of time on Amazon, which will probably work better. Another way to keep you hydrated throughout the day, besides drinking lots of water, is to add a little electrolyte packets to your water to keep your energy level up, to keep you hydrated, to keep your body processing what it needs to do, right? Another thing that can really hit the spot are salty snacks. You can bring nuts or whatever kind of salty snack you need into the park, or get that refillable popcorn bucket and refill a popcorn, and that can be your salty snack. It will hit the spot when you've been out in the heat, and it'll make you want to drink more water, which is good because you need to. But the salty snack will help balance out all the sweating you'll be doing. Oh, here's another fun tip. If you want to bring extra water, or you don't have an insulated water bottle, or you want to bring something else besides water, is to bring Capri Suns or plastic water bottles and freeze them the night before. Most hotel rooms will have the little freezer, not most. A lot of hotel rooms do have the freezer pockets inside the little mini fridges in your room. Not all of those. So this may not work for every room, but if you have a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, or 3-bedroom villa, then they have full refrigerators that you can freeze Capri Suns or water bottles in the freezer to put them in your bag for your park days. And you can put them in the section of your bag next to your back, so it keeps your back cool, and it'll be all nice and cold when you're ready to drink it later in the day, or when you're ready to refill your water bottle with it later in the day. Yeah, it is extra weight, but it will keep you cool. And by the way, for any of the items I'm sharing, I do have an Amazon affiliate link in the descriptions below, so you can check that out and purchase them for yourself. So that's what to pack. And also how to dress is wear very light, breathable fabrics and bring long sleeves. I know, surprising, right? Because it's so hot out, why would you need to bring long sleeves? Well, the air conditioning sometimes works very well. So if you're prone to being cold in like the movie theater or other very air-conditioned spaces like I am, so bring some kind of long sleeves that you can easily pack in your backpack. It won't take much room, but it'll keep you warm in the indoors. Especially because you're coming from very hot temperatures outside, so going into very cool temperatures inside can be a shock to your system. So those long sleeves will come in handy. And finally, plan around the heat. So like do all your must-do outdoor rides and attractions in the morning or evening times. It's still gonna be hot and humid, but not as much as the afternoon. And then around the afternoon time, like between 1 and 4, plan to do some indoor activities like see a show or schedule a table service meal or ride rides where the queues are actually inside, like Pirates of the Caribbean, for example, and Toy Story Midway Mania. Those are just to name a few. And remember, all quick service restaurants have water cups for free, completely free. You just go and ask, and you can get as many as you want, which they usually have some on hand because people ask for them all the time, and refill your insulated water bottle with those. Ice cold water. Feels so good in the heat. And the most important thing really is just to stay hydrated throughout the day and to apply a sunscreen, because I feel like those two things are worth mentioning again, because while you're having fun, you can forget those basic things. Also, if the heat is just too much for you during the day or too much for your family, it's okay to go back to your hotel. I know that means that you won't get everything done that you had planned, but that is okay. If you're like me and you are a planner, you want to go and get everything on your schedule done, but your family's miserable, you just kind of got to let it go and enjoy going back to your hotel. You're still on vacation. Enjoy your hotel. Maybe go swimming if it's not raining, or take a nap in your air-conditioned hotel room. Whatever you need to rest and recharge. But remember, you are still making memories, and that is the most important part of the vacation. Speaking of making memories, if you want a more in-depth look at how to plan your next Disney vacation, from hotels to tips for bringing little ones, to where to eat, and what to do in the parks, then I have the perfect planning tool for you called A Family's Guide to Disney World. It's coming soon. It's not available yet, but it's coming soon. So if you want more information about this, check the description below. And I'll even give you my free attraction guide for all the parks, including notes of which is the best for your family. Now, rain. When it rains, what do? Because it will rain, especially if you are coming in the summer months, which is apparently the rainy season here in Florida. But it doesn't have to ruin your vacation. So what do you pack in case of rain? Well, first thing you want to purchase ahead of time is a poncho. I'm not gonna put it on, but yeah, you'll wanna bring a poncho. They do have them available to purchase in the parks, but they're a lot more expensive than finding them anywhere else. So I recommend purchasing ponchos ahead of time so they're nicely packed in your bag before you even get to Disney. Another thing to help you stay dry are umbrellas and rain jackets. Now, if you do bring an umbrella, I recommend taking it out of your bag when you go through security and hold it out in front of you so that you don't trigger the metal detector. I've seen a lot of guests get stopped because their umbrellas are in their bags. I was one of them. So learn from my mistake and keep it out when you're walking through the metal detectors. Also, wear comfortable shoes, which is true for any time you go to Disney because you're walking miles and miles and miles a day. I think my average mileage when I go to a park all day is about 14 miles. You're walking a lot. So wear comfortable shoes. And bonus, if they are breathable or if they get wet, they will dry quickly. Because when it rains, your shoes are going to get soaked and you just got to go through it. Another thing to pack when you have a stroller is a stroller rain cover. Now, I do recommend if you want to rent a stroller to check out Kingdom Strollers, and they do offer a rain cover for free. But if you're bringing your own stroller, I definitely pack that rain cover for the stroller so your kids are nice and dry and your stroller is nice and dry when you are inside on a ride and your stroller has to stay outside. There's definitely been an incident where the wind blew off the rain cover and so our stroller got soaking wet and we had to ask the restaurant to give us lots and lots of paper towels that we were eating at to clean it up. So that was fun. Happens. Anyway, stroller covers, they're great. Now, just because it says it's going to rain every day of your vacation doesn't mean it will. And it doesn't mean it's going to do it all day. Well, that's the first thing I learned about weather in Florida is that it's selective. So it might show on your weather app, like if you have the weatherchannel.com app or just the weather app that comes on your phone, it will say that it's going to rain and then it doesn't. And you're like, why not? Because Florida's weird and it rains where it wants to rain. Doesn't mean it's going to rain exactly where you are. The rain clouds do what they want. And usually the rain doesn't hit until the afternoon. Of course, there are exceptions, but that's usually when the rain showers hit. This afternoon, you'll see those clouds coming in and you'll know they're coming. Also, this isn't a cold rain, so it might cool it down a little bit, but it's still going to be hot and humid, so just expect that. In fact, the humidity will go up, so that's fun. And with that, don't forget to keep drinking that water and stay hydrated, even when it rains. Your body's still going to need it. Also note that when there is lightning in the area or high winds, there are select attractions that will close down, including the Skyliner, which you may need to go get to your hotel. When that happens, the buses will be running to your hotel instead. So if you're thinking you're just going to take a quick Skyliner ride back to your resort in the lightning storm or the high winds, you may need to adapt and ride a bus instead. But ultimately, during rainy weather, what matters the most is mindset. That will be the difference between a ruined vacation to a magical memory-making time. Like if it's raining and you have plans to go in the parks, don't be afraid to go. It might be less crowded, which would be great. Not always the case, but it might. And you just gotta embrace it. Jump in puddles. Walk briskly while laughing with soaked shoes. I've definitely done that, wading through almost pools through Animal Kingdom just to get back to our car. And honestly, I had fun wading through those, even though my shoes were completely soaked. The puddle water was nice and warm, so it was weird and fun, and I was just laughing the whole time, because what else can you do? And as I said before, if you didn't get to do everything because it started raining like crazy, it's okay. The magic isn't in the plans, it's in the memories. Okay, now let's talk serious rain. Hurricanes. If you are traveling in Disney World between June 1st through November 30th, guess what? You're in hurricane season. So prepare that your plans could be changed. Now, if there's a hurricane expected during your vacation, I would call Disney and see what they can do. If you could change your dates, if you could cancel, I don't know. Call them to find out. Disney's cancellation policy website is in the description below. But if there's a hurricane that comes while you're there, surprise! That's going to be other memories you're making. Listen to the cast members. Their goal is to keep you as safe as possible and to give you plenty of warning. In fact, that's what's nice about hurricanes is that you know they're coming. So you can prepare. Like you can stock up on food and water in your room so you are ready to ride out the storm. But the most important part is just to stay calm during the weather. Listen to the cast members, like I said. If they still tell you to stay in your room, you stay in your room. And watch a movie or play a card game or something like that. And it will definitely be a memory. Hey, remember that time when we were at Disney during a hurricane? Good times. Honestly though, I've never been at Disney during a hurricane before. I went there the day before a hurricane showed up and it was calm. It was weird. It was cool though. But I've never actually been there when the storm hit. So if you have, leave a comment below and share your experience. Now let's talk weather the rest of the year, okay? So if you're planning a trip between the months of December and April, good news is that the weather will be more mild. It will rain less. The temperatures won't be as hot, which is a great time to come, especially if you have little kids. Just prepare for cold snaps. Like, yeah, I know it's Florida and it's usually hot, but during the winter months, it can get down to the 40s at night. So bring layers. And always keep that jacket or sweater and umbrella packed just in case, because you never know what you're gonna get. I know I've said this before, but sunscreen. Even this winter months, I didn't think that the UV rays were gonna be that strong, but they are. We're close to the equator, so the sun's gonna be more direct and it's gonna hit you different than it does at home. So wear that sunscreen even on cloudy days. But no matter when you visit, Florida weather does not have to ruin your vacation. With just a little prep and the right mindset, you can beat the heat, dance in the rain, and soak up the magic. Now, what about crowds? Well, I got tips for that right here. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit that like button and leave a comment with your own weather tips. And don't forget to subscribe for more family vacation tips. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a very magical day and a happily ever after. Bye.